Hey y'all, hey back. Ooh, here we go. Hey y'all, hey, back with another video. So we're doing another episode of What the Fuck Are We Talking About? I know it's been like 2 weeks since I did one, but there's been enough videos in between to hopefully hold y'all over. It's been enough going on. I feel like the main stuff that's been going on between Cardi and Nicki, I pretty much have covered as much as possible. So let's kind of start off again with the rap girlies, right? So I know I said I would do a 2 week 3 week like album review of Cardi's album. I did the initial review, reaction or whatever. I'm not gonna do a whole video. I'm gonna just tell you right now. I'm running that album into the ground like I did with Renaissance for Beyonce. I'm not holding you. There is not, even when I go back and I watch my reaction, I didn't care for Better Than You. When I'm telling you, I didn't get it at the time. I had to sit with that song. Bitch, I'm better than you. Get more bread than you. Give better head than you. Hoes be prostitutes. These broke hoes make my coochie itch. I say that all the time. I say that all the time. Check Please, the way I ran that shit back, that is right now and has been from the beginning and still is my favorite song from that album. Check Please, I've been feeling like a bad bitch out. And I love that at first y'all played that song Dust and now everybody want to use it. I've been told y'all Check Please eats. But the whole album goes. Like, I can really, similar to Invasion of Privacy, I can let the whole album go. I can really let the whole album go. My sister who's 19 or whatever, she was here the other day and I asked her, she was like, what song would you get rid of? If there was any songs you could get rid of off the album, what would it be? And I said, the only song really, and this is not like I hate the song, is Shower Tears. And that's only because I feel like if there was a song that we were just like, okay, it's whatever. But I don't hate the song. And I asked my sister, she was like, there's not one song that I would get rid of. Not one. Not one. So from 31 or 30, I'm about to be 31. From 31 to 19, we fucking with the album. The album is good. I don't give a shit. I don't care. And me and my sister is going to ATL in April to go see her. Can't wait. Obviously, I'm going to do a vlog for that as well. Can't wait. But yes, Cardi. So, thankfully Cardi has stopped going back and forth with Nicki and, she's just, promoting her. I love the fact that although the album is out, that she's still promoting. And I'm only saying that because there's a lot of times where, like, people will put their album out and then you just won't see them no more. You might see them, like, the day of or something like that, like for their album, but or maybe the week of, but you don't really see them after that. Cardi has been pushing this album every single week since it has dropped, and it's gonna be, I want to say, like, within like 10 days, I think it's gonna be a month that she dropped it, and she has been everywhere with this album. It's like every week another podcast is dropping. I really like the I don't know the name of the guy that she did it with. I want to say his name is it Jay something? But whatever podcast that she did with this guy I never heard of a day in my life, where he just sat there and let her talk. That interview was so good. So good. She did have recently, I want to say like today or yesterday, maybe the day before yesterday, she announced that she has an endorsement, or she like has she's the it's not a brand deal. She's like the chief content creator or some shit like that. She got some high position with Bobby. Now I know what Bobby is. It's baby formula, and obviously I know that because I just had a baby 2 years ago. So I was looking at formula. That's one of the things I saw. It's like a organic, because I've done a lot of research. Again, 2 years ago I did a lot of research on formula because I damn sure wasn't breastfeeding. But Bobby's formula, it's like organic. It's like supposed to be really, really like good, like real healthy, clean type formula type shit. But yeah, so she did an ad for that or whatever. I thought the ad was so cute. I love the fact that although her ass is pregnant, like the pregnancy and it just all works. It all works. Like her brand deals, her marketing team I just want to learn. They're so fucking good. They're so good. But yeah, so with her doing that, right, you have some people, mostly the Barbs, who's tagging the company being like, oh, she said bad things about kids that are nonverbal. And I saw a comment where the company responded to somebody and said, We don't know. Whatever Cardi said, layman's terms, what they said is whatever Cardi said online, that ain't got shit to do with us. She works with us. We like her. She's cool enough. That's about that. I love that, and I love the same thing that DoorDash did when people was trying to, when the Barbs was trying to be on DoorDash's ass. When Nicki had first said something about, oh, y'all need to cut ties with her, DoorDash just, I think, like, posted some lyrics or something like that of Cardi. And I love how it's been almost a week and some change, almost 2 weeks since Nicki talked about somebody cutting people off. But we're going to get to Nicholas in a second because I'm no longer mad at her. Hold on, y'all, 1 second, because I need to understand why he is here. Jax, get your behind from behind me because you're way too loud. Can you go? Go. Go. Jax, go. Why does he feel like he can just chew a bone directly in my ear? That's kind of crazy. Anyway, so yeah, like I said, there was like some people who was upset about that, but moving on, I'm glad that Cardi is just promoting her album. Good for her. JT, I didn't talk about the JT this or whatever. JT dropped 2 songs, this and Cardi. And I would like to say that I am extremely disappointed. I'm so disappointed because I know for a fact that Jaltavia can rap. She can rap pretty good. I'm not going to say really well, but she can rap pretty good. And I don't feel like either one of those songs really showcased how well that she can actually rap. The first song was just like so bad. It had maybe a few lines about like, what did she say? I think she said like your face is tucked behind your ears or something like that. Like that was funny. And then the second song that she did, she tried to make it more of a like a song, but it just wasn't hitting. It was not hitting. So I would say that I appreciate the fact that you even did a song, but I don't appreciate it. Like shout out to Thoughts Crimes. Those are my peoples. I like them a lot. But I saw that they posted like, oh, y'all are just hating. JT got right back in the booth and went right back at her. And this is my whole thing because everybody keeps saying, oh, that's what she did. She got in the booth and went right back at her. That's not what happened, though. See, if JT would have, once Magna came out, if JT would have said nothing for the whole week and just dropped the 2 songs Friday, I still wouldn't like the songs, but I would respect it much more. What she did was she ran her mouth on Twitter and in spaces all week long and then decided to drop a song the same way that Onika did. So when you're saying, number one, a lot of the shit that you're saying in the song you've already said on Twitter or spaces, it don't hit the same. And it does not hit the same when you've been running your mouth all week. If she would have shut the fuck up, like I said from the beginning, and just got in the booth, why are y'all not listening to Lana? Stop tweeting. Get in the booth. She made a whole shirt and everything. I don't understand why y'all still don't understand the concept of stop tweeting and get in the booth. Get in the booth. Hated it. Didn't like it. As much as y'all said that y'all liked it, I don't see nobody talk about that song. That song came and went. The song came and went. And I will just say, my thing with JT is, like I said, it just makes me really, really sad because you didn't have to go out like this. You did not have to go out like this. You just didn't. But and the point of the matter is that, and it's not just you, Bia did the same thing. Ice Spice did the same thing. Y'all all lined yourself with Onika. And for you to be aligned with Onika, you have to hate Cardi. You got to go against Cardi. So I think that's wild, though, when Cardi did y'all a favor and got on twerk when your ass was still in jail. I think that's kind of shady. And not only that, but she was always screaming free JT. She always was like a big supporter of you. So for you to turn your back on Cardi just because you friends with Nicki is bullshit. And JT wants to spin the story of like, oh, well, no, that's not true. You stopped talking to me because of the Super Freaky Girl remix. And it's like, no, you started moving real what? Everybody on the internet was paying attention, bro. We all saw how you started moving once you fell underneath Nicki. We saw that. We saw the way that you started moving. Point blank period. We're not dumb. And that's why, like, just for a second, because we're going to get on to Carisha. Actually, this is a perfect segue. We're going to get on to Carisha in a second. But even with the whole thing with Carisha, right? When I really stopped and think about the whole situation with the City Girls, I blamed Carisha for a while because I felt like she played JT with how she was with Diddy. But in all reality, if I actually listened to what, like, Santana said, and I think even she had brought this up on the show, 2 things, right, with this. Number one, People like to say that Carisha started acting funny and giving JT her ass to kiss when she started to get with Diddy, which I do agree. I do think that she was showing her ass. However, I will say that remember something. JT was with Uzi before Carisha even got close to Diddy. And I don't know the nature of Carisha's and Uzi's relationship, but I will say there is that one live of it being, I don't know if y'all remember, it's JT and Uzi in the car or whatever, and she's on live with I keep calling her Carisha but whatever, but with Young Miami, and like Uzi was talking bad to Carisha, super bad, and Carisha was like, Uzi, I don't care that you don't like me, I don't care that you don't like me, I don't care, and JT's like, stop talking to my group mate like that. Now I don't know if that could be, to me, if that's a smidget of what was happening behind the scenes, then I can see how when Carisha got with Diddy, it was like, oh, when your man was giving me fever, you didn't care to defend me, nothing. So I'm just gonna stay over here to the side with my nigga, right? Not to say that that was right. Also, though, Santana and Carisha both said that when JT got on a Super Freaky Girl remix, Carisha found out, like, online. Like, JT did not tell, like, Young Miami that she was going to be on the song, which I think is very shady. I think that's very shady. First of all, this is just me. I'm not JT. This is me. If I'm in a group, right, it's just me and my bitch, and I know for a fact that not only are we in a group, but that when I was away, when I was in jail, when I went to jail, when our shit first started to pop off, that this is the bitch that held me and us as a group down the whole time that I was away. Going forward, I'm not moving nothing without that bitch. Nothing moves. It's me and her. It's me and her. So for me, this is just for me, for JT to even accept being on a Super Freaky Girl remix without Carisha, I think, to me, that's flaw. That's flaw as hell. I don't give a fuck if it's Beyonce. Again, y'all know I love Beyonce. I don't care if it's Beyonce. If Beyonce said that, I know y'all come as a duo, but I just want you and not her, absolutely not. Well, thank you so much for the offer. No, thank you. But let's just say that's what you wanted to do. The fact that you did not tell the person that you're in a group with that you were going to be doing a song with somebody as big as Nicki on your own, that's flaw shit, bro. That's flaw shit. That's flaw shit. So when I really think about it, JT been moving flaw for real. Carisha moved flaw, but so does JT. That's all I'm saying. Both of y'all bitches move flaw. And at the end of the day, it didn't have to be like this. Now, JT, you are on the outs as far as I'm concerned with, like, the majority of the rap. I don't want to say the majority of the rap girlies, but, like, you wanted to be, as we call you, a lap dog so badly, and you hate that we say that. But between that video of when Nicki was making you recite that damn verse back to her, from the way that when you got into Cardi this last time, you wanted to use Nicki's fucking accolades and numbers, although that bitch told the Barbs to not back you up at all. Like, it just gives lap dog. You hate it, but then you continue to show that behavior. Stand on your own. Stop using Nicki as a fucking as a crutch or to pose. You cannot. One thing I will agree with that the Barbs say is, I do believe that there are certain people, specifically the women that go up underneath Nicki, they do certain things because they know that whatever they do, as long as they're on Nicki's side, the Barbs will jump on. I will agree with that a lot of the girls do want to use the Barbs and Nicki's fan base to get their shit off. But once Nicki says fuck you, the Barbs say fuck you, which is why that's not a smart plan. And that's what happened to JT. That's what happened to Ice Spice. And that's what the fuck, well, I don't want to say Bia, because to me, Bia was never even really a factor. But specifically JT and Ice Spice, that's what happened. A lot of y'all big fanfare was, especially online, was for the Barbs backing y'all up simply because they did not like Cardi, period. And now, instead of you being able to, like, really sit, like, to me, the way I look at the rap game is, it's very much so high school. There's different tables, there's different cliques, and because you decided that you wanted to go over there to the popular but mean girl table, you can't come back over here to us. You cannot come back over here to us. So keep your ass over there, and we see where that got you. Nothing. You didn't even get a feature from this hoe, as she said. Went out fucking sad. Let's move on to Carisha for a quick second, right? So today, Young Miami goes online and pretty much says that she's upset because she played a song for somebody, and then that person turned around and took that song from her. And come to find out, the person she's talking about is Tyla, the singer Tyla. Tyla has a song coming out, I think, called Put Me in Chanel or something like that. And if you've been online enough, you know that Carisha keeps playing the same damn snippet. This same damn snippet of, I think, like Take Me to Chanel or something like that. But let me tell you something. That song in particular, she has been previewing, no lie, for at least a year and some change. Not a few months, at least a year and some change. And so she's like, well, that's messed up because I played the song for her and she just took my song. This is my thing. This is the music industry. That's not the first time I've ever heard of, oh, I had a song and then it went to somebody else. You took too long to put it out. Why are you previewing a song for a year and some change? And to be quite honest, Miami, no shade, we don't really want to hear no music from you. We just don't. I know you're going to do it anyway, but in all reality, we don't care to hear music from you. We barely, the black people over here in America, we barely care to hear music from Tyla. But we'll listen to Tyla before we go and listen to you. And that's just the facts of the matter. You mad about it? You should have put the song out. It's literally that little Geico old ass commercial where he's like, ooh, you got to be quicker than that. You got to be quicker. You got to be quicker than that. And you want the rest of us to be mad? How about you address That's a Good Man, Savannah? How about that? Before you want to address whatever else we got going on. Nobody cares, Carisha. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. That shit happens. That is not uncommon for people to go and take songs or to hear songs. You didn't complete it. Why is the song not out and you've been teasing it for a year and some change? Gotta be quicker than that. And just for you, and just for that, I hope the song is good. And to me, that's the most important part. I want to hear both songs. Let me just hear both songs and I'll tell you which one is better. I bet you it's probably Tyla's song. I bet you it is. And then, like I said, let's move on to, I have on this channel, I have really cursed Onika out. I really have. I have full videos dedicated to me cursing her out. But you want to know where I'm at with Nicholas? I'm done yelling. I'm actually done being upset. I really had to think about this. I am sad. And my anger, when I really think about it, when I be up here and I be yelling and screaming, my anger is really just sadness. It's just sadness. It is very sad. All jokes aside, like literally, all jokes aside, it's very sad to see like where she is and how she responds and how she's perceived, and just like when people try to compare it to Kanye, they do, because you're talking about somebody that's so iconic, so groundbreaking, somebody you would never think, like you just would never have thought. And to see like the downward spiral, it's really sad. Like it makes me sad for real. And like I said, the Barbs, all they do is just make it worse because they tell her everything that she says is right. So it's like, how is she ever gonna get help when there's nobody that's holding her accountable? Like I said, I genuinely don't think that Nicki has any real friends. I believe, so let's move into this whole next situation right with the Amex. So when Cardi and Nicki was going back and forth, Cardi said about 2 different times that your husband be letting you pop them pills and do all of that stuff, all those honest, so that he could take your Amex and run it up. Nicki, this past week, has come out and said that she's found out that people have been using her Amex without her knowledge. Run it up. One of the people, I think she came out and tried to say that it was like a stylist, which the stylist denied. Then she said there's some other people. She tried to tie it back to Rock Nation. I don't even want to really get into it because, again, it's sad for real. So I don't even really want to like engage in that type of shit. But girl, I think the call is coming from inside the house, as everybody said. Your Amex is getting used left and right. You don't know how people got your new card numbers. Nicki was on Spaces, I want to say yesterday or the day before, You know she got on Spaces at like 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning to sit there and talk to the Barbs. I do not think that Nicholas has anybody that really cares about her around. And it's really, really, really sad for real because, like, when the Barbs are like, oh, she always talked like this. No, she did not. And I'm so pleased. If you were not of, and when I mean of age, I mean like you can genuinely remember, not by the time you was born, Nicki was already, if you can't remember what music was like prior to Nicki, like a full breadth of knowledge, you were alive and well with how the rap industry, how rap music, everything was when Nicki was not even a thought, I really don't want to hear what you have to say about, oh, this is how she was talking. No, it's not. That's the reason that the GP, because the GP who's old enough knows that this is not how Nicki was at all. And it makes us sad. It makes us really, really sad. I don't even have nothing else. I'm just sad. I hope that, so y'all not going to get no more videos of me snapping out about her. I'll come on here if she gets into it, if it's something crazy like what Cardi gonna talk about it. But it's no longer going to be in the vein of me being angry. I want that lady to get the help that she deserves. I'm not going to say it's, and I'm not going to say it's mental health issues. Regardless of whatever it is, she needs to be in some type of therapy. Regardless of what she got going on. Because it's clear that woman is like spiraling. And I thought about this. I said, what if a lot of this is just her like screaming for help to get away from this man, but she don't know how else to do it other than acting out. You know what I mean? It makes me sad, bro. It makes me sad. I really hope the best for Nicholas. I want her to be okay. Then let's talk about some Real Housewives shit real fast before I go, because wasn't really much happening this week. I'm gonna be honest. None really happened this week. None at all. Real Housewives news. So, Real Housewives of Potomac, Dr. Wendy and Happy Eddie Asefo, or whatever, were booked for pretty much like insurance fraud, from my understanding. So, from my understanding, the way the story goes is that their home was broken into, allegedly, like a year or two ago. And you know, like whenever somebody breaks into your house, you gotta, if you have insurance, you gotta put up like a claim and stuff like that. So they filed some claims. But from my understanding, I think they tried to file 3 different claims. I think like on the same like stolen items. The dumbest thing that I heard throughout this whole case is that Eddie allegedly emailed Wendy asking, is there other things that I can add on to the list? Because I'm trying to make sure we go above our insurance policy. Why would you? This is what I'm not understanding. People be smart, but they don't be smart. How are y'all this educated? And y'all would leave a paper trail like that? That's crazy. Karen just got out of jail. And Wendy's taking her ass back. It makes me makes me sad. And it's also, again, like, shout out to, we're going to get into the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City in a second, but the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, the girl on there, Braun, one was saying about how she lied last season about her actually purchasing that $4 million necklace or whatever, because she was like, I really wanted to just try to fit in. I wanted to show them that I had it. I wanted to show them that I was cool and I'm a grown-ass woman and I should be ashamed of myself. But I feel like Braun, that's not Braun. I feel like that's all of the girls. All of the girls on all of the shows try to stunt on each other and they lie about shit and they do. This is my whole thing with Braun. The fact that they even brought the necklace for you to wear for dinner, that to me was enough in showing how much money that you had. You didn't actually have to purchase it for me. It's very clear that you are probably the most wealthiest person, probably next to Angie on this show. I think that's pretty clear. We did not need you to act like you was going to buy this. I know I was on Real Housewives of Potomac, but I'm just saying. I'm saying all that to say is that Wendy and Eddie lived a perfectly fine life. They had a really nice house. Kids is good. They always vacation, nice stuff or whatever. Like, y'all didn't really have to go above and beyond. We call now, maybe possibly it's because we call it Poor Potomac, because in all reality, I think Potomac to me, like, outside of like New Jersey, because New Jersey kind of does the same thing, like, they don't really radiate wealth, I guess, the way that like the rest of the Real Housewives do. But it's just like, to me, Wendy was doing, without all of the fancy extra shit, Wendy was doing better than the majority of them bitches anyway. Or at least just on their same level, and that's enough. You didn't have to take out or allegedly take a $400,000 for what? Like, are y'all behind on something? It's okay to be cool with what you have. And I will also say that I never understood. I will say this. I don't, outside of like Wendy and, you know, and that Real Housewives and stuff and all of her other shows, I want people to understand that just because Eddie is a lawyer, I think people assume that, oh, he just makes so much money. I want y'all to be very clear. Most lawyers don't make millions of dollars or even hundreds of thousands of dollars. Most of the time, if you are a lawyer, and if you make that much money, it's because you're a corporate lawyer, meaning you work as a lawyer for very big corporate buildings and things like that, or companies. But your average lawyer, they get paid all right. They do all right for themselves, but they don't do the way that you see Wendy and Eddie living. So that's why it kind of makes sense to me that they may be like scheming, and maybe a scheme that Todd set up to come to us with the bullshit. It's very possible, because I never understood how they could afford all this shit that they got. But my thing is again, trying to keep up with the Joneses. And I'm going to tell you, I am working currently on because I keep seeing everybody saying we need to talk about the Real Housewives, the prison pipeline. I am doing a video on that. I'm collecting all my evidence and everything, and I'm going to put together a nice video about the Real Housewives to prison pipeline, because there needs to be a conversation there that's had, and we're going to have it, okay? But then, yeah, so we'll see what happens with that. And then finally, moving on to the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. I have not reviewed this show in a while because Lisa Barlow was just, I could not review this show dealing with Lisa Barlow. It was not possible. But I might come back, probably starting next week, with my reviews for the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, because it seems like we're finally here. The seasoning of reckoning, the time of reckoning is here for Lisa fucking Barlow. I have not been able to stand this woman since season 1. Way before Jen Shaw got kicked off, I could not stand this lady. She feels like she's better than everybody. Her nose is so far up in the fucking air. She thinks her don't sting. She talks down to people. She's very condescending. She likes to dig shit up on people. But then when they want to throw it back on her, she can't handle it. She's very disloyal. She talks behind everybody's back. Shall I keep going? Because I really could keep drag. I can't stand Lisa Barlow and that fake ass Vita Tequila that I've never. Y'all tell me where y'all have seen Vita Tequila. Tell me where. Tell me where y'all have seen Vita. I've never in my life seen or heard anybody ask for or see Vita. So I am so happy that this is the season of reckoning for this whore, where they are gathering her and finally putting the pieces together that this bitch is the villain. She been the villain, but this bitch really is the villain. And Heather, I see that maybe towards like the second half of the season, you're going to fall back. But my thing is, you really need to go, another person needs to go to therapy. You need to go to therapy and get out of that high school mind. Stop trying to fit in with what you perceive. Because be clear, it's not that Lisa is cool. It's what Heather perceives as Lisa being cool, because Lisa is somewhat of a socialite, so she kind of compares the two. No, Lisa is trash, and you kissing her ass, Heather, you gonna go down in flames with her the same way you did with Jen Shaw trying to kiss her ass. Be your own person. Stand on your own 2 feet. I get it that Whitney and Heather had a falling out, but at the end of the day, that's your cousin, and I would be less mad if you made peace with your cousin than with that raggedy ass bitch. I believe full-heartedly that woman is cheating, that woman has cheated on John. You can't tell me no different that woman has not cheated on John. And the point of the matter is, John is a very, very, like, you could tell he's like more of a laid-back kind of person. And Lisa is ta, 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 ta. And I could see her literally just like walking all over him, doing whatever the fuck she want to do. And I can for sure see her cheating on him with the nigga that's probably the complete opposite of him, honestly, because a lot of times that's how it go. She'll be married to the submissive guy, but then you getting your back broken by a nigga who, you know what I'm saying, who sit your ass down type shit, you know what I'm saying? That's what I think. I think she be giving that soft little kitty cat to John, and she be letting the other man bang that thing out. That's what I be thinking. That's what I think. But yeah, nothing else really happened this week, y'all. But y'all get in the comments. Tell me if I missed something. If I missed something, let me know. If I, again, use this video to tell me what y'all want me to talk about for the next video. I'm out. Bye.